I mean, I understand that. Yeah, so I understand that. So if anyone wants to add anything, or like if you have any questions, just feel free to ask in the chat or like with your mic. Just make sure everyone's on the same page. Okay. Looks like there are no questions, so we can move on. Okay, so that means that the next part in our discussion will be point of view and tense. So Megan, do you want to take over for this one?
Sure. How do I access the
whiteboard?
screen to show them? How do I show them?
So you just click this button.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then click what you want to show.
There's a
Yeah.
whiteboard.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then click that. It's probably because everything's in Japanese. Just give us one moment.
Just wait a moment.
Maybe you can right click it or something. That's interesting. It's locked. Okay, just give us one moment. In the meantime, if you have any questions, just feel free to say something. Oh, you're gonna write it? Okay.
I think so.
Cool.
Okay, so sorry everyone. We're having some problems with the computer. So I will just speak and use paper. I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me see. Okay. So I will tell you about points of view. Point of view. So let's use an example of open the door. Open the door. Okay. Open the door. So in English, we have 3 points of view. Okay, so I will tell you about them. The first person point of view, 一人称, is like this. So, oh, thank you, Andrew. Please write it.
Mhm.
So, first person open the door is I open the door. I open the door. Okay. You are the character that is being written about. It's 一人称, 一人称, first person point of view. Second person is more rare. It's unusual. So in second person, we would say, you open the door. You open the door. So the reader is the character. Okay. Then third person, 三人称, is she or he opens the door. Okay. So the most common points of view in English are first person and third person. They're the most important ones. Second person is very rare. You can see it in adventure books sometimes, or video games sometimes, where you make decisions in the video game or the book. Choose your own adventure. Okay, so it's very unusual. First person and third person are very common. And you can see the sentences use past tense, kakoke, kakoke. In English writing, we mostly use past tense. So I opened the door. He, she, they, we opened the door. Okay, so we usually use past tense, kakoke, for writing in English. Okay, you can use other tenses. So future, I will open the door. He will open the door, but most common is past tense. Okay? In Japanese, you often use many different tenses, right?
Yes.
But in English, we only use one when writing stories. Okay? So we don't change between sentences.
For me to add in, the tenses, like past tense, is talking about, well, the past, right? Kakoke, kako. So it's things that already happened. So the reason why English writing tends to pick one tense and stick with it is so that readers can keep that in mind, right? If you use past tense in one scene, use present tense like genzaike in the next scene, it becomes hard to figure out what's going on, right? So like Megan said, past tense is usually used in English writing, but present tense can also be used. The effect is that with present tense, it shows immediacy, how close you are to the action, right? If something's happening in present tense, it's as if you are there, seeing it with your own eyes. That's the effect that present tense has. Future tense, I feel like you don't see at all, right?
Yes, we don't use future tense. It just doesn't seem natural in English. Okay, so I recommend using past tense. When characters speak, they can use any tense is okay. But when you write sentences, past tense is the best option. Okay, and you have to keep it all the same. So you can't say, I opened the door. I am sad. I am scared. No, I opened the door. I was scared. Okay, you have to make it all the same tense. If it's kakoke, zuto kakoke, always kakoke. Okay?
Yeah, so we try not to mix things too much.
It's not good to mix in English. Okay?
Okay.
So, another thing I want to tell you about is show and tell. Show and tell. Okay? So in English, we have an expression, a phrase for writing. It says, show, don't tell. Show, don't tell. Okay? So for example, instead of saying, she is sad, she is sad. That's okay, but it's better to say, for example, oh, She was crying. She had a tight expression on her face. So face, expression, body, voice, like that. It's better to show how people feel instead of telling the reader she is sad. It's okay, but it's more interesting to explain and express things. Okay, so another example is, he is a nice friend. He is a nice friend. That's okay, that's a nice sentence, but it's better to show that he is a nice friend. Okay, so he is a nice friend. He helps others. He is kind to animals, etc. You know, he's a nice friend. He's kind to animals. He is kind to his friends. He is kind to his friends. He helps his friends a lot. Yeah. Okay, so it's better to show things instead of just saying them. Okay.
And it's also like, when you look at things like he is a nice friend, that's like a descriptor, right? It's showing like characteristics through words. But what you want to do is show them through actions, right? Like Megan said, like he helps others, he helps animals. She cried, tears came down her face, stuff like that, right? You want it to show it through action. And also, to bounce off of this, we also have passive voice, right? A lot of writers will tell you that passive voice takes the reader away from the story. Right? You're taking the reader and they're no longer involved. So what happens is, when you have a story with a lot of passive voice, people start tuning out. So what do I mean by passive voice? Okay, so passive voice is like, he was let's see, he was eaten by a wolf, right? So was eaten over here is what makes it passive, right? This is like what was it, ukemi, I think?
Yes, it's ukemi.
Ukemi.
That's right. So passive voice is ukemi. Ukemi in Japanese.
Yeah, so that's one big difference between English writing and Japanese writing. With Japanese writing, passive voice tends to pop up a lot, and it's normal. But in English, if you get hit by back-to-back passive voice, people start tuning out. So instead of he was eaten by a wolf, you might say the wolf ate him. Right? It's a much more direct way of saying the same thing, right? He was eaten by a wolf sounds like someone's reporting it rather than seeing it, right? If you're in a situation seeing something happen, the first thing you would think about is the wolf eating him, right? Not he was eaten by a wolf, if that makes sense. It's less exciting, exactly.
It's less exciting.
Okay, does that make sense? So I know we covered a lot in the last 10 minutes, but is everyone okay?
So I have an idea for an exercise, Andrew. I would like you to think of how you would show something. So we talked about he is a nice friend. Let's think about she is a nice mother. She is a nice mother. Okay, so how would you show this character is a nice mother? What would show she is a nice mother? Okay, so I would like you to think about what shows she is a nice mother. Okay, maybe should we give them a few minutes, Andrew?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll give you 3 minutes.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll give you 3 minutes. Please think about what is a nice mother? How would you describe a nice mother to a reader? Okay, so I'll give you 3 minutes. Please try to write some sentences.
Is it just she is a nice mother?
So how would you show that? What does she do that makes her a nice mother? Why is she a nice mother? Okay, please describe. We'll give you 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
Water. Oh, water. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 minutes. Would anybody like to write in the chat box their sentences? Do you have any ideas?
You can also share by talking as well.
Talking or writing is okay. Okay. So if it's easier, you can write like it's your mother. So she hugs me. なんか you can pretend it's your mother. 例えばね。So she hugs me とか。Okay. So does anybody have any ideas for how to show she is a nice mother? How do you show that she is a nice mother? Any ideas?
May I?
Yes.
She prepares delicious meals every day.
Of
That's
course,
nice.
of course.
She makes delicious meals every day. I think that's nice.
Especially in Asian culture where that's like food is the main way to show love.
Mm,
Yep, that's a really good example.
that's a good example. Thank you. Does anybody else have ideas? So she makes nice food for her children. She makes delicious food, delicious meals. Any other ideas? She listens to children's talking. That's a very good idea, Alicia. I think so. She listens to her children.
Yep.
That's very important. She listens to her children. Good. Does anybody else have an idea? Anybody else? Akane says, a nice mother gives her children a lot of love.
A lot of love.
That's true. A nice mother gives her children love. I think so. That's very important.
Yeah. I think maybe to add on to that, like maybe what kind of love or how do they show that kind of love? Might be a another way to, like, you know, add more details into it. Like maybe show love by doing X or doing Y, you know? So I'm going to add my own take to it as well. So she is a nice mother. Let's see. Like maybe on a cold day, she's like, wear your coat. Or stay warm or something like that.
That's right. So for example, if it's your main character's mother, your shujinko's mother, you can have the mother say, wear your coat, it's cold outside. So there you can see, oh, she loves the main character. Okay, that's how you can show that she is a nice mother. She cares about her children. Ayumi says, she helps her children to grow.
To grow.
So she helps give advice and helps them do challenges. I think that's very good. Very nice idea. Do you want to write some of them down, Andrew?
Oh, yeah.
So Alicia says she listens to her children talking. Okay, and Akane says, a nice mother gives her children a lot of love. So maybe she gives her children hugs and gives them hugs and kisses and holds their hand, things like that. She cooks delicious food for her family. She helps her children to grow. She helps her children to grow up, become adults. That's very important. Hey.
I think in particular for helps her children grow and like gives her children a lot of love. I feel like those ones are more like indirect ways of getting to the children, if that makes sense. Like they're fine, but maybe a more direct way of saying it, you know, like what Megan said, like she gives advice to her children, or maybe like she goes to job fairs with her children, stuff like that, you know, like just more like concrete ideas, I suppose.
So they're very good ideas, but maybe we can improve them.
Yeah.
We can help maemuki na hihan.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. So maybe she gives her children a lot of love. Maybe you can do an arrow from that and say she hugs her children a lot. She hugs her children a lot. Her actions. Okay.
Yep.
So she hugs her children a lot. Thank you, Nanase. She listens to the children. Very important.
Yep.
Yeah, very important. Listening to children. So she gives her children a lot of love. She hugs her children
Every day.
every day. That's a good way to show it.
Mhm.
She helps her children grow. She gives her children advice a lot.
Mhm. A lot. Uh-huh. So this one also ties in with like she listens to her children.
She listens to her children.
Yeah,
Very good.
both of them are connected, so that's good. And helps her children grow can also be like you know, physical growth as well. So I guess you can also include delicious food for the family. But that's what I mean, like more specific, concrete examples are always a bit better. It helps, like, you know, helps your readers imagine what's going on.
So it's good to show actions. So actions help the reader understand characters. Okay, so it's good to show actions.
Yeah, like a good way to know if you got narrow enough is to ask yourself how, right? So for example, she helps her children grow. How does she help her children grow? She gives her children advice, right? The same thing can be done for like listens to her children. She listens to her children. How? How does she listen to her children? Whenever they have problems, she's always there to give them a helping hand, a shoulder to cry on, something like that.
So you did very good, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andrew, for taking the notes. Okay, so could we maybe do one more exercise?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have another exercise for you. So this time, I want you to complete a sentence, okay? This is to make you think, okay, about plot, about story, about ideas. So there is a blank sentence. I want you to write inside this blank sentence. Okay, so Andrew is writing it. So person A says something. I don't know what they say. You have to write what they say. And person B replies, and they say, that's terrible. That's terrible. 恐ろしいですね. That's terrible. Okay, so that's their response, their reaction. So what do you think person A says to get person B to say that's terrible? Okay, so I want you to think, what kind of thing does person A say here? Okay, think of what they say. So I'll give you 3 minutes again. Okay, I'll give you 3 minutes. Please think of a sentence, okay, for person A to say. Okay, 3 minutes. What's terrible? What happened? What did they do? That's terrible.
Of course, it can also be like 2 sentences.
Yes.
Yeah.
More than 1 sentence is okay.
Yeah. For now, it's like A says something, and B is like, that's terrible. Okay.
Okay, so 3 minutes. Please try to write. Okay. Hey, you have 2 minutes. Okay. You have 2 minutes. Okay, please think.
Three. Very nice.
Fujita-san found 3. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Wow, you
jeez. Jeez.
Yesterday at midnight, my house was robbed.
Yeah, that is definitely terrible. That is definitely.
Very good. So
Mm,
if you don't understand, that means ゆうべの0時に私の家は盗まれた。My house
Yeah.
was robbed. Oh, that's terrible.
or like a doroboga.
泥棒が入った。
Mhm.
I was seriously injured at school.
Ooh,
At school, I got
jeez.
I got food injury at school.
Jeez.
I was involved in a traffic accident.
Yeah, yeah.
交通事故.
Yeah.
That's a very good response.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are all like very creative too.
Yes,
Like
very good.
you can take these and write entire stories from them.
Fujita says, cockroaches were in my cupboard yesterday.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
That's terrible.
That is terrible. That is
That's very
terrible.
good. Yeah. Wow, everybody's doing wonderful.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow, Nanase, you did very good, especially, and Kanako as well. Great English.
ooh, the car was broken while she was driving.
Good job, Yui.
The car was broken while she was driving.
Driving.
So maybe like the car broke while she was driving. That'd be even crazier, right?
Oh,
Right?
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Good answer. Good
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah,
That's
that-
wonderful.
Yeah, that's connected with the passive voice there.
The
well,
passive voice,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Like maybe like the car broke while she was driving, so it's more sudden. It's like
That's very
so she's
good.
like this, and then the car is busted. Yeah, that's great. I mean, not great, but that's terrible.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible. Anyone else?
Yeah, does anybody else have any sentences they want to share? Take more examples if anybody wants to share.
Yeah.
Fujita had 3
Yeah.
sentences. So if you want to share more sentences, that would be
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Like just provide as many as you want.
Many sentences is okay.
Like maybe for me,
Yes.
like I woke up
Uh-huh.
and it was Monday.
I woke up and it was Monday. That's terrible.
Yeah, that is terrible.
So I have an idea. Yesterday I went to the konbini and I bought a lottery ticket.
Uh-huh.
Lottery ticket. I won the lottery. That's terrible. I didn't win the lottery. That's terrible.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Rashid,
Wow, that's terrible.
I won the lottery. I'm
Should have
very
been me.
rich.
Should have been me.
Terrible. Okay, so you can do many different things.
Yeah, it can be sarcastic.
Sarcastic. In English, we use sarcasm a lot.
It's a hiniku. Hiniku.
Yes, that's right. So it's very common in English to use it. It doesn't have a very bad meaning.
Yeah, it's we use it for fun.
Yes, it can be friendly and fun. Okay?
As long as you don't make it about someone else,
Yes,
it's good.
yes. Don't bully.
Yeah, no bullying, no bullying. Anyone else? So we got like a lot of
Great example.
great examples here.
Very good. Wonderful.
Does anyone want to provide any before we move on to our final segment? We'll just probably get started in like 20 seconds if y'all are okay.
20 seconds. If you want to write anything.
Yeah, so let's see.
I didn't eat breakfast. Stomach.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
If your stomach could talk, that'd be
That's good, Akane.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's terrible.
That's very good. Well done.
Yeah, my stomach would probably beat me up for that.
Yes, absolutely. It's very important to eat breakfast. Please eat breakfast every day.
Yeah, please eat breakfast. Okay,
Great.
so we're going to move on to our final segment. So before we actually enter the final segment, I just want to preface it with like a so in this like a writing session, writing camp, we won't have any like crazy homework. Just think about stuff. Just think about stuff. You don't need to prepare anything crazy. Just think about stuff. So for this session, I want you to think about your favorite book. So what's your favorite book? Why you like it? What you don't like about it? And maybe like your favorite character. Okay, because in the next section we're going to be talking about characters and plot, right? Characters and plot. That will be the main focus for session 2. So what we have here is actually NaNoWriMo has some resources for that. It's called a character sheet, right? Let me see if I can pull up some of it. But let's see. So I'm going to put the first 15 here. The first 15. Just think about it. You don't like, not every question will apply, but it's just something to think about. Let's see. Okay. Let's get that text over here. Save this. Okay. So this is the NaNoWriMo character questionnaire. And so all you have to do is just fill it in for your the character that you want to make, for the story that you want to make. Okay. Like for example, like, okay, so you just kind of imagine what kind of character you want to talk about in this story that you want to write about. So maybe like the name can be like, what kind of name would be really cool? Let's go with Tristan. Tristan, right? Tristan will be the name of this character. And like, let's say his age. So with creative writing, especially for young authors, the age tends to be like late teens, early 20s. That's what Harry Potter was like. Like Harry Potter took place in Harry Potter's teens. So we can say like he's 17 and his height is like 168, 69 centimeters. And his eye color is brown, that kind of thing, you know. You just kind of like imagine what kind of character comes to mind. Like when you close your eyes, like what does your character look like? What kind of character is he or she or they? Physical appearance, maybe they're like super strong and like they have muscles, right? Or like maybe muscular, and strange or unique physical attributes. Maybe he has like one eye, or maybe his hair is purple, or like blue skin, that kind of thing. Like if your character is a normal person, you don't need to write anything there. And like favorite clothing style, outfit, maybe like a t-shirt or something. Right, like a t-shirt and jeans, right? Where does he live or she? What is it like there? Maybe they live in the mountains, that kind of thing. So in your notebook, I want you to think about these things. Maybe write down some of what your character would do in this kind of situation, you know. Defining gestures, like what makes them unique. Like maybe when they're nervous, they do this, right? Or like they bite themselves in the lip, that kind of thing. Right, so I'll just erase this and I'll leave it up to you. So once again, for next time, I want everyone to kind of have something down, have some kind of idea for what character they want to write about, as well as like once again, what novel, what book you like, what's your favorite book, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and your favorite characters. Okay? And maybe with your favorite characters, just be ready to talk about them. Like what makes them your favorite character. And if you want, like who's your least favorite character and why they're your least favorite, stuff like that. So no crazy homework, just thinking about stuff, you know. We're laid back here. We're laid back here. Yeah, so we'll take the rest of the time to kind of fill this out. If anyone has any questions, just you know, drop a message or feel free to say something.
If you feel too shy to do a group message, you can do.
Yeah.
If you feel too shy to do a group message, you can do direct message to me or Andrew about anything.
Yeah, as well as like any comments, like maybe like how you felt about this kind of session, what we can do to improve, stuff like that. Yeah, this is also our first time doing an online lecture series, so we appreciate any feedback that you can give. It will make next meetings a lot more smooth.
So please let us know if it was too difficult,
too
or
fast,
too
slow.
slow. I don't think so, but please let us know what you think about the session. Oh, thank you, Ayumi. I'm glad you had fun. I'm excited for the next session too.
Yeah, I hope that once August is over, maybe this can be a more regular thing and not online, but we'll see. Yeah, we had a lot of great responses
Yes.
for our writing exercises.
Yes, you did very good. Next time, maybe we will do more writing exercises because
Yeah.
it's very interesting.
Mhm.
Um,
And definitely from the second meeting, it will be more less orientation, more story elements, more how to write your story kind of thing. So we'll get our hands dirty finally, you know, get our hands dirty. And just in case you want to take like take a look at the NaNoWriMo website. It's nanowrimo.org.
So if you want to, you can look at that link, nanowrimo.org. It has great exercises and resources and ideas to help you write.
Yep. There's also the Young Writers Program. I believe that that's for high schoolers and middle schoolers, but they have a lot of resources there, so you can enjoy those as well.
Okay, well, I think that's our time as well, Andrew.
Yeah, that was the first meeting of our creative writing camp. Thank you all for coming. I hope next week you'll all be able to attend. Like once again, just let some friends know, get the word out, and this can become a more regular thing. Thank you all for coming, guys.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. We hope you had a nice time. Okay, we will see you next week. Okay,
See you.
徳増さん。
はい。皆さんお疲れ様でした。お疲れ様でした。来週は、月曜日じゃなくって火曜日です。来週だけ火曜日ですのでお間違いのないようによろしくお願いいたします。17日です。そして何かこういうふうに、やり方を直してほしいとか、ここがわからなかったというようなことがあれば、本日お送りしたinfo@西条-iea.com の方へ、.jp の方へ何でも、質問、ご意見等お寄せいただいたら、私からアンドリューとメーガンに、つなぎますので、よろしくお願いいたします。コロナが蔓延して、来週も多分、対面ではなくてオンラインになると思いますけれども、よろしくお願いいたします。そして、この URL をまた来週も使うかどうかっていうのはまたちょっと調べてから、皆さんにお知らせしますので、よろしくお願いいたします。もしかすると、本日お送りした同じ URL で来週もやるかもしれませんので、よろしくお願いいたします。それではどうも皆さんお疲れ様でした。
Okay, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
See
you
you.
next time. Bye bye.
はい、それでは退出してください。